fellow Americans, today is one special day. Today is a special day. Not only is it a Victory Monday, but because the Pittsburgh Steelers... What? I'm warning these like readers. It's fine. Like I said, today is a special day. Not only is it a Victory Monday for your Pittsburgh Steelers, the Chargers lost another big game. Blake Himson continues to show why he is, and I quote, him. And Sidney Crosby continues to show that he is the GOAT. But the main reason why we are here today is that there is one man that is gone from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that one man is Matthew L. Canada. Now, I will pass the mic over to Baylee.
You people may think that as soon as this show drops, we'd be celebrating after this victory after the unprofessional comments from Mike last week, which he was fined a lot of money for. But no, we will not celebrate a man losing his job. What did I just say? We will not. I should have taken the Essentials job. Anyway, Alex would now like to say a few words.
So, before I say anything, I was waiting for my turn. What the hell is this? Why?
It's Matt Canada.
Oh,
It's Matt Canada.
Perfect. Useless. All right. Anyway, back to what we were doing. We here at Boro Tailgate Talks are very professional, clearly. We have never been a part of any drama. Not once. Nor have we celebrated someone being fired, or leaving a team. So, to show our respect to Mr. Canada here is a tribute to the offense of the one and only Matthew L. Canada. Thank you.
Come on.
Come on now.
Have you watched the show?
You already know.
You watched the program? Of course we're happy he's gone. Why wouldn't we? Don't suck at your job. That's simple. In all seriousness, I do hate seeing somebody losing their job.
Yeah.
But not when it's him. He had how long?
Exactly. Looks like we're being replaced, Alex.
Yep.
So this is going to be a athlete spotlight, but well, first of all, Baylee Welling, thanks for coming.
No
on
problem.
The show.
Wait.
So
I'll dab
There you
up.
go. There
Yeah,
you go.
uh-huh.
all right, I'm gonna feel left out.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I got you.
So this is gonna be another athlete spotlight for Baylee. We're gonna start that off first, but Baylee's actually gonna be with us for the entire show.
First time ever?
Yes,
It's gonna be fun.
I was when I was setting this up, I was aware you are a very big football fan from Jill. So
just a tad.
So I figured, you know what? Do something different here. There we go. Now I came up with that intro today. a lot of it was on the fly, as I was making it. But
Also, will confirm, I did genuinely almost fall kicking that trash can.
I did not think you were gonna spin it.
Yeah.
That's
that
actually a genuine, I had no idea.
That was on the fly.
The cup going flying was perfect.
Yeah, it worked pretty well. Only minorly hit our cart full of probably expensive equipment over there.
It's all right. I mean, Edinboro now hates us anyway, so. So, all right, we're going to start off the athlete spotlight like we always do. We'll start off with what the bio on the athletic website has on you.
They put my Olympic gold medals in there.
Yeah.
They told you that?
Yeah, it's on here. It's on here.
Okay, good.
So this is a lot. You ready?
Uh-huh.
This is a lot. Just bear with me. Bear with me.
Yeah.
Bear with me. And yes, I did get fined. I did get fined for saying a lot of those F-bombs.
Heavily.
Richie's shaking his head. All right. So here we go. Played 4 years of soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Earning 2 varsity letters.
Yes.
All section
Yep.
selection.
All section.
That's
yeah.
that's all mouthful.
That's that whippy old stuff right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it
You're
is.
outnumbered
Yeah,
today.
it is.
You're outnumbered today.
Jill, Dom, D10 gang.
You got 2 whippeal athletes on the show today now.
Team captain.
Yep.
Also, 2 seasons of softball. So, when you came here, I thought it said on the website 2 years of soccer, and I thought to myself, I was like, that doesn't sound right, and it wasn't right. So we fixed it. So we'll start off with this: is what is unique of the team you are on now here at Edinboro? What's unique about it compared to other teams that you have been on in the past?
All right, for starters, this is a little bit unsoccer related, but you don't live with your high school soccer teammates. You
It's
live
true.
with them here. You know,
True.
all the nitty gritty, which I love.
It's true.
And then also soccer related. It's just totally different competing. Like in high school, this might be your extracurricular. Not saying that like my teammates in high school wanted to play just as much as I did. But when you come here, you're on a team full of like these dominant, crazy athletes. Every practice, I feel like I'm in a playoff game. Like you are going hard, and I love it.
Yeah, so obviously as an athlete, it's an incredibly important thing to do. This can also pertain to life if you wanted to, but to you being an athlete and everything, especially at the collegiate level, how important do you think it is to just seize opportunities, like when they're presented to you?
I think it's so important. I think that so many times we give ourselves outs and all these different excuses like, this might be difficult, maybe we'll just wait for the next year, the next opportunity. Then the next opportunity never comes by, and we're sitting around wishing we would have taken that opportunity. And I think for young athletes especially, it's just so important. If you're given an opportunity, take it and do it to 100% of your ability. Don't go in 50-50. If you're going to go 50-50, don't take an opportunity. Always go 100.
There you go.
New host of the show whenever we're gone.
Yes. You have to find a co-host when we're gone, but you can have the show when we're gone.
Oh, perfect.
So next question is: were your expectations different from reality when you came in as a college athlete? I asked this question to Caroline a few weeks ago, so I figured I'd ask it again.
That's a good question. You said this is athletics, not just college.
As just a college athlete, just
Oh, okay.
in general as a college athlete.
I think my expectations were exceeded. Like I came in here and I was like, I love my old team. Like I'm at high school, I was like, I'm never gonna find a team that I love. Like, oh no, boo-hoo, like it's gonna be so sad. Then I got here and I think that every single human being on that team is the best person ever. And I could not be happier with the team, the coaches, like obviously school. I mean, I love it, except for the snow. I would do anything to get away from the snow, and I hear it's coming, and I'm so scared.
Yeah, I'm going to take Essentials job real quick. 10 to 18 inches by tomorrow morning. There you go, weather section. There you go. Have fun with that.
I just bought a shovel.
Always got one. Gotta have one.
So,
So this is another question that we frequently ask athletes on the show. You can kind of give your regiment too, but like, what's it like, and how hard is it to like maintain yourself in the off season and make sure that you stay in shape for the next season?
I think that it's depending on who you are as an athlete, it can be very challenging just because you're very, like most athletes, I would say, in college, and everybody on this team that I've worked with, so competitive, and you just want to be put in the game, and you want to be able to show everything that you're doing in the weight room. And when you come into the off season and you can't go right on the field and show all of your strength that you've gotten from lifting, it can be really challenging. And like especially when it's dark outside, it's just a gloomy time in the off season. But if you can get past all that and all the mental challenges of it, then you're going to be that much better come season because you were in there and you were grinding. So it can definitely be tough when you can't show everything on the field. But if you can get in the weight room, then you earn everything you get come season.
Yeah, it's tough, honestly. Even at the high school level, you know, we all played high school sports, obviously. It's like, you know, it's that grind over and over again. It's, you know, it's school, sports, homework, family, relationships, whatever. It's all of that, and you're doing all that at one time, and then you hit the off season, and you're like, oh my God, finally, like I have a break, I have like some time to, you know, recover and stuff like that. But that's the game you play, kind of coming off of the season, is like giving yourself that little bit of downtime to rest and recover, and then being able to go full fledged in the off season and get ready.
Absolutely. You get to Christmas break and you're like,
Oh
all right,
my
let's get
God,
the cookies,
yeah.
let's get the chicken parm. I know you say you like chicken
Yeah,
parm on your Italian side. You're waiting on all that, and then meanwhile your friends are on the treadmill and you're like, oh
Yeah,
no,
right.
I got work to do.
So next question. Obviously, as a freshman coming to a new school, there's gonna be challenges. For girls coming in for their first year next year, what advice would you give them coming in?
I would say you're going to have older girls to talk to, and if you talk to them and they say, I recommend you don't do this class, don't do the class. I did the class, and I wish I would not have, because it's just, take your resources. Like, you have all these older girls ahead of you. You can just ask anybody. If you don't know anybody, find someone and DM them and ask them what they think of certain classes. Like, you have so many resources, just ask. So I'd say that's definitely my biggest piece of advice there.
Yeah, it's really helpful too because, like, again, calling back even to high school, like going into my freshman year of high school, I know for me was like, and Mike, you've actually mentioned this. You might have mentioned it on the show too. Is like knowing people that are older than you. That adjustment is so much easier because you feel so much more comfortable because you feel like you know people. Like for people, and I don't want to say people that don't play sports. I don't want to generalize, but it really is true. Anyone that comes in to high school or college or anything not knowing anyone, the adjustment's a lot more difficult trying to, you know, make friends and make connections and stuff like that. And those teammates are really your way to like get yourself ready and like get yourself prepared and feel like you already know people when you get here.
Yeah, my freshman year of high school, I was my older brother was a senior on the baseball team, so I got lucky there.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Did not have to take much equipment back to the bus. I'll just say.
Yeah.
you're the king of the hallways. No locker shoving for you?
No, not until my senior year.
No.
Okay, the locker shoving. Okay, no. In terms of, you know what? I'll just leave it at that.
I was gonna say,
I'll just leave it at that.
if there's anyone, like any younger siblings in here, of people that watch the show, or just younger people that watch the show in general, it's not 1985 anymore. People don't shove you into lockers.
No.
True.
I can promise you.
I shoved Joe in a locker last week.
Yeah, in the old high school that this building is. Moving on.
Where did this go?
Moving on. All right.
So it's Mike said it in your bio. You played soccer and you played softball in high school.
Hopefully you did.
I did.
According to the bio.
According to the bio.
So what is in soccer? Obviously, I don't know. Like I didn't read your stats or anything. I don't know how much you've played this year or anything like that. So you can go from mainly high school if you want. Both sports, soccer and softball. What's the favorite play you ever made?
Okay. In soccer, it was. Oh my gosh. Does it have to be my play or could it be my friend's play? But I was on the field when it happened.
Yeah, because Caroline did she talked about the play in high school where her and her teammates switched sticks
Yeah.
during
Yeah,
the
yeah,
during
no,
the
that's-
game.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
no.
so that works. Yeah,
Okay.
if it's like an assist or something like that.
So we're in double overtime against our rivals. Whoever wins moves on. If you lose, you're out. So of course you want to beat them, right?
Mhm.
Now we're in double overtime. I literally can't feel my legs. I'm hoping that this game comes to an end and I'm hoping we win. I'm just trying so hard to stay on this field and stay aggressive. But then my friend, she's such a baller. She takes the ball, she gets a great pass, and she finishes it. And everyone was running to her to celebrate. I couldn't feel my legs. I said, are we running? Like, absolutely not. I walked it.
Be there in a second.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm coming. One second.
Y'all can meet me on the bus. I'm just going to head out.
Gonna over here.
That's right. I'll be, yeah. And then in softball, I actually, got to put this out here, guys. I actually was horrible. I was actually really mad.
Stop.
But my favorite play will tell you just how bad I am. This is my first time ever getting up to bat, right? Because I don't get up to bat very often.
Oh, first at bat ever? Oh, God.
Hey.
First
It's okay.
at bat ever, right?
I didn't play my senior year. It's okay for baseball.
I guarantee you were ahead of me. I get up there, and mind you, my teammates never watched me make contact with the ball before this because I never made contact.
No, not you're. Oh, you're that.
I was that kid.
No.
They put me on this team so I could run bases. They said, and I'm not complaining because I ran for a girl who always hit every single time.
Yeah.
So they said go to third base. She hit a triple. Go to third. I said okay, sounds good. And then you would see on my resume, it would be like she had 6 runs, 0 hits. It's like yeah, that's right. Those are my stats. But yeah, so I hit the ball, line drive, guys. Line drive right to the third baseman. She got it, and I was out. But my whole teammate, all of them were standing by the fence. Go, Baylee! Yeah! They all looked at me like I was crazy. I ran, head held high. I was clapping it up. Best play.
That's amazing.
It turns out her team lost, and they're like, and the entire team's chanting, "She almost got a hit! She almost got a hit!"
Yeah, she made contact.
She made contact. It's like bench warmers. Like they got blown out, but they
It's
didn't.
like, yes,
but they didn't. But they
bottom of the 9th, 2
they
out,
scored
she
a-
lines out, and they all just start going crazy.
You should have heard my dad when I told him, Dad, I hit a line drive. He was like, oh my God, you did? And I was like, I was out by a lot, but it was crazy.
just stand up in front of everybody. Want to dedicate this to my family and all the haters out there. I did it.
That's right.
Who is your guys' rival anyway? We were talking about this before the show. You went
God,
to
that made me
Lebo.
lightheaded.
I would say for a while, Upper St. Clair was a rival.
USC, yeah.
We started in soccer. Okay, I'll never say they were not, we were always competitive with them. It was never like a blowout or anything, but I never did lose to them in college or high school soccer, so.
Moon Girls Soccer, 3 straight state championships
Oh,
in a row.
get out of here. Get out of here, Moon.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Who was
Listen,
your one loss? You guys
I've-
had an undefeated season, 1 loss. To us.
Listen, I have 1 career playoff win in high school football. It's all right. So,
Oh.
and 2 winning seasons, but 1 was a shortened COVID season.
So here's the thing. We had this conversation last week when we had Jill and Dom on.
Okay.
So I did not play my freshman year. However, I do have 1 district championship. And we beat Mercier's Prep, which is where
Jill
went
went to school,
So
yeah.
I was like, yeah, the 1 district championship.
Yeah.
Can't forget about that.
Not this year, but the year before Moon Girls Soccer went 26-0. So, insane.
I'm gonna definitely zoom in on my face.
You know what? They're all right, but yeah, I'm never gonna forget. There was a win in their undefeated season, 1 win, so it's not undefeated. We took that, and then we went home and we said good night, Moon. We said good night, and we
Y'all
went
should
on
have
the
had the
bus.
book.
Oh my God, we should have. That would have been such a good post. But they were very good, very good. I had to make a goal line save by my own mistake. I got beat, and I was hoping nobody saw that. And my coach did in fact see that. Everyone was like, "She made a save." I was like, "Who was the one who let that play get to that point, though?" That was me.
So I would like to announce Alex and I's retirement. No, all right. So
Selling the show for 69 cents.
Guys, that's pricey. That is pricey.
I heard Joe laugh behind the door. Are we gonna get to rapid fire questions now?
what a child, God. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Rapid fire.
All right.
We'll have 2 rapid fires today, obviously, because of NFL and stuff.
Rapid fire questions and then rapid fire
Mike,
NFL predictions.
What happened with my mic? Is it cutting? Is it dead? My mic's dead? No!
Well, sir, it's Christmas season. Here's some batteries
So-
for you.
All right, I'll take over the show, guys. You guys can have.
Do you have the rapid fire ones written down?
Yeah,
I was gonna say I'll just do it.
I'm gonna step off camera and then.
Okay. Now, I think I might know from our conversation what a couple of these answers might be, but we're gonna break them down. We're gonna go pretty quick. Favorite sport to watch?
Football.
Yep, knew that one. Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Coke. There you go. We're
Yeah.
getting overwhelming response with Coke on the athlete spotlights. Love that. Favorite food?
Mac and cheese. Baked
There you
mac
go.
and cheese, Southern style.
Favorite vacation spot?
Oh, I've never been, but Colorado.
Ooh, it's a nice place. Didn't someone else say that too? Didn't Jill say that last week?
Wait, can we travel outside of America? Is this all vacation spot?
Yeah, this could be anywhere.
I want to go to Thailand.
There you go.
Let's go.
Favorite TV show and movie of all time?
Oh, guys, these are hard. I like One Tree Hill, and then for movie, I like Interstellar, Marley and Me, and Hunger Games.
Yeah, there you go. Marley and Me. Love that.
So good.
This is one of my favorite questions we have on here. Go-to pregame song.
What's the one that's like with Eminem, like Lose Yourself?
Lose Yourself?
Yeah, that one.
Lose Yourself by Eminem. Love it. Oh, it took me a second to figure out what this was. This is a good question. Who do you dislike more, Bob Nutting or Matt Canada?
Guys, you cannot do this to me.
That's a fantastic question, dude.
If Matt Canada, I'm gonna step over here so that.
Yeah, here.
If Matt Canada did not get fired, the question would have been, one stays for the rest of eternity.
Matt Canada or Bob Nutting. That would have been even worse.
Okay. I'm just gonna I have to resign as a sports citizen. In that, no, actually, I'm gonna take Matt Canada because I gotta go Steelers in this case.
Yeah.
At least,
Like
because
Matt Canada being gone, that's
Yeah.
what I'm taking.
at least Bob Nutting paid his best player too.
That's
So
true.
yeah, so he actually has some bonus points
This
recently.
is also true. All
I'm
right.
just staring at that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, wait. Unless you,
word that I can't say.
unless
Okay,
Alex,
fine.
well, you can. You'll just get fined. You know what? I'll say it. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to get fined.
All right. Matt Canada's gone. You're the Steelers OC. One play left. We'll say edge of the red zone. You're on the 20-yard line. You need a touchdown. What
Wait.
play are you calling?
Edge of the red zone. I want in the Super Bowl we go back to Santonio Holmes, back of the end zone like this, but George
Whoa.
Pickens.
You want Pickens in the back of the end
That's
zone?
right.
I like
There
that.
we go. There we go.
Jordan or LeBron?
LeBron.
Fair enough.
Right.
Best ability is availability.
Okay, yeah. So you have to. I think Mike
Do you
discussed
just
all
want me
this
to,
with you beforehand.
do you just want me to take over?
Yeah, sure. I know what the question is, but yeah, you can take back
Okay.
over.
So you have to erase one from history.
Okay.
Andrew McCutcheon, Ben Roethlisberger, Sidney Crosby.
Kutch, if you're watching, because I know you're watching this. If you're watching this, I'm so sorry, but you're gone. He never gave us a World Series, which I don't blame him. Our team wasn't that crazy, but I mean,
I'll say this. If the wild card in 2015 was a 3-game series, the Pirates would have won the World Series. Because the only pitcher the Cubs had was Jake Arrieta. That's it.
you're not wrong.
That's
You're
it.
not wrong, but let's say they do win. That's one. How many Stanley Cups has Sidney Crosby helped us
3?
win? And then 2 Super Bowls for Big Ben.
3 Super Bowl appearances, 2 wins. Yeah.
That's right.
Also,
I'm
to be fair,
retired.
again, to be fair to Kutch, so he doesn't get mad at us. One baseball player cannot carry a team like one hockey or football player can.
That's a very
Yeah.
good point. Especially, that's actually a really good point. Center fielder, what are you gonna do? You're not pitching.
Especially if you're not pitching,
That's actually a really good point.
I just got an alert.
unless you're batting like 750.
Facts. But he also he was huge in just bringing back baseball in Pittsburgh.
I
'Cause
mean,
we were just
yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
Revitalizing the culture for sure.
And he did it again when he came back here this year.
Yeah, for sure. I was at that game, by the way. First time
The
game.
energy. Pittsburgh
For-
loves baseball. We
yeah.
just don't like the nuttings
Yeah.
or shitty performances. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. That's all right. And then also, a fun fact: before they announced Kutch during the pregame, Ryan Reynolds got a really good reaction. That was before he got paid. So, yeah,
Future's looking bright.
yeah. So,
Hopefully.
speaking of Brian Reynolds, you have to trade one:
Okay.
Brian Reynolds, Key Brian Hayes, O'Neal Cruz.
Brian Reynolds. He's gone. I really like Cruz. Before his injury, he looked phenomenal. You can't deny that.
Can we just not
right?
trade any of them and trade for a new ankle for O'Neal Cruz?
Yeah,
Well,
actually,
he's fine now. He's off the 60.
Give him a steel one so it doesn't happen again.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
is there a way to trade Nutting in their place? Because he's such a steal. He is such a steal. He has money.
I will give it to her. Reynolds would probably net the most value though.
True.
He
if
would
you're
probably
thinking
net
of value,
the most draft capital, the most players. He would probably.
That's facts.
this is the way I look at it. In terms of value of getting a good return, yes, Brian Reynolds. But looking at all of them, there isn't enough. Yeah, and O'Neal Cruz has shown flashes where he can be incredible. I don't think I'm getting rid of him. Key Brian Hayes, yes, you have defensively, but the amount of middle infielders the Pirates have, I feel like they won't be as good as Hayes, but you could find a replacement. Brian Reynolds, he's been their best player since 2019.
Okay.
Overall. But in terms of value, yeah, I'm probably going Brian Reynolds too.
Yeah.
Because what are you going to get in return is a really good point. And also, but like you said, the defensively, like you can't get rid of Hayes. I mean,
no, you can't. You can't, but like.
You can,
Hey,
but you don't want to.
You don't want, yeah. Well, I don't want to
And
get rid of anybody.
I don't want to get rid of Reynolds too, but
this is my
I'm gonna get
question.
something back.
This is my question. I don't even want to get rid of anybody. Yeah. I don't even know. I came up with the question. I don't even know.
Keep 2 phenomenal players and get another phenomenal player in return for Reynolds.
Okay, here's the thing. Another factor of looking at this. Reynolds is almost 30. That's another thing.
Good point.
So let's just be lucky none of them are going anywhere anytime soon.
That we know of.
Yeah, really.
Shut up, Alex. So,
They'll
okay,
give
in
him
that
ideas.
case, it would be Cruz. They're not going to trade Reynolds and Hayes after locking them up like
No.
a year or two
Contract-wise,
later.
yeah.
Yeah, contract-wise, they're not. They're going to wait until like the last 2 years of their contract, which is not for a very long time now. But all right, last question.
Okay.
Sorry. I asked this question to Hayley.
I think we've asked this question every week.
We didn't ask it to Caroline. I don't think.
I think we did.
Did we?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
So to be fair, I gotta ask you this question too. Favorite Edinboro Girls soccer player?
I gotta go, Kaylee.
Kaylee picked you, so.
They picked each other. How about it?
Wow.
From the heart.
Wonder what
So
I wonder what
wholesome.
I wonder what Jill's gonna say.
Well, it was Kaylee and Jill. They cut that part out. I said both.
No,
Cut
whoa,
it out. That's
whoa,
right. They just
whoa,
didn't
whoa,
cut it
whoa,
out.
whoa, time out. Flag on the play. Flag on the play for targeting. Let's look at that.
That's a bad call. You've been watching Tomlin. You've been making Tomlin calls. Challenges. Tomlin can't challenge anything.
Dang.
All right.
Speaking of Tomlin, let's talk about the Steelers and Matt Canada.
Wait. I'm gonna get this out of the way. I think you know what I'm gonna talk about to get it out of the way.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot about this.
So, just for context, I'm a big wrestling fan. So this is why I'm mentioning this. And if you know me, I think you probably know what I'm about to say. CM Punk returned to WWE after being fired with cause from AEW.
Taking back the scraps. Shocker.
Whatever. I mean, the locker room has improved for AEW since he was gone because he fought Luke Perry's son backstage
Yeah, he did.
at AEW's biggest event this year at Wembley Stadium that had like 81,000 people.
Yeah.
So, all right. Phil's your problem now. Fun fact. I was present for his last match at the 2014 Royal Rumble.
Oh, were you really?
I was.
That's kind of dope.
This is WWE.
I don't watch WWE. I watch AEW, but that's what happened. CM Punk is back in WWE. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. So, all right. So, are we going to just get right into the Steelers?
Yeah, let's do it.
Kenny Pickett was the problem, they said. Oh.
Cap.
Oh. Now, don't get me wrong. There's still room for improvement. But get out of here with he was the main problem.
Now, I never said, obviously, we have evidence from the show that he was the main problem. I never said that. I am not going to go back on anything I said yet, just because I'm not positive, because it was one game sample size. But, yeah. First 400-yard offensive performance in 59 games. Coincidentally, didn't have a single one as soon as Canada got there and had one as soon as he left. Boy, I'm pretty sure no one would have guessed that one. Ever.
I think he still looks like he lacks confidence, and I think that he has some.
He is a little
throws
bit
that
gun-shy,
He needs
yeah.
to work on throwing at the feet of most of these guys,
Yeah.
or he's overthrowing Pickens. But I will say, with Sully as one of the co-offensive coordinators, I think that's helping him, and I think that the play calling is giving him a little more confidence.
Shout out to the other Mike Sullivan in Pittsburgh.
I didn't even think about that.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll agree, but those 2 passes to Fryermuth, who just, by the way,
Oh, dimes.
9 for
masterclass.
120. Masterclass from him.
Yeah.
21 fantasy points on one of my friend's benches, which is unfortunate.
I think this is like revival for Fryermuth in Pittsburgh.
I think so.
He's like, I mean,
I think this is you want to know what it is? You want to know what happened?
what happened?
Najee was so pissed off about the way the offense was running. And you know what yesterday looked like to me? Yesterday to me, it looked like a running back who was running like he was pissed off.
Absolutely. Grown men carrying men.
Carrying like, I'm telling you, dude, it's something about them running backs that wear number 22. Mark my words. I've been saying it since the day in Najee's rookie year that he stiff-armed that dude from the Raiders into oblivion. There's something about him. I don't know what it is, but he looked like he wanted to play football again. Jalen Warren was obviously great when he played. He's very low volume, very high efficiency.
Yeah. Though in the first
Leading the league in yards per carry at over 6 yards a carry, which is absurd.
Though in the first quarter for Jalen, it seemed like he had a little slow start, but he picked
He did.
up.
It was also raining really
Yeah,
hard.
that's another thing too. I mean,
So
he slipped, Kenny slipped.
Deontay's catch in the back of the end zone, which ended up getting called back, was really good ball, a really good throw, and a really good catch, quite frankly, up until the ground. He couldn't survive the contact on the ground, so it ended up getting called incomplete. Which I think is really stupid. If you don't survive the contact, but you already went out of bounds, I really don't understand why that's not a catch.
You think if they would have challenged it, it would have been?
No, I think because as soon as he caught it, but as soon as he hit the ground, that popped loose. I think it probably would have stood. And we know Mike Tomlin just metaphysically cannot win challenges. So.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah.
But yeah, Kenny was 24 for 33, 278. Again, Jalen Warren's low volume, high efficiency. Kenny was high volume, high efficiency in this game. So was Muth, high volume, high efficiency, 9 catches. I believe he was targeted probably. He might have caught all 9 of his targets, actually. I don't know if he got targeted more than that. But he caught every one that was thrown at him, basically. So a lot of really good performances from the Steelers. The O-line finally looks like they're playing football. Broad Jones is already panning out. Shocker, you draft a rookie offensive tackle from Georgia, and he plays well. Never would have guessed that one. But yeah, this offense looks revitalized. Obviously, they didn't score a ton of points. The final was 16-10. But again, Deontay drops the ball or can't survive the ground contact. I don't want to say he dropped it. He really didn't. And then Jalen Warren fumbles on the next play, and the Bengals get it back and run it back to a pretty good spot on the field. So, that was more than likely 23 points instead of 16, which would have looked a lot better. But, I mean, the team looked great. The points will come with the way that the offense is moving. Defense looked pretty great. They let Jake Browning look great for one drive, but that was it. And they held the Bengals to 10 points, and that's what we would expect with a quarterback like this. So, proud of the Steelers. Matt Canada, if it wasn't obvious enough for me spitting in the trash can and then booting it about 15 feet, then I don't want to get fined, so I'm not going to say any select words, but,
Can I say it?
No.
Say it.
I mean, I do edit the show.
It's so huge, like the way that they used all the position groups on Sunday. Like in our tight end room, I think that Darnell Washington can
He's
do
such
so
a
much
dog.
more than just block.
Yeah.
He's a great blocker, don't get me wrong. But when he needs that extra yardage, you know what I mean? He's a big man, and he puts himself in positions to get that first down. And then Connor Hayward, I like seeing him used as well. And obviously Pat Freiermuth, when we use him, look what happens. Then you hop into your wide receivers. And don't just use Deontay, don't just use Pickens. You can also use Allen Robinson, who's proved to be very consistent. Go with Calvin Austin. This little man can run.
He's legit 4.2.
And
He's
he's-
actually legit.
A little speedy race car.
Legit 4.3 flat, maybe high 4.2 speed. He's ridiculous.
And then you go into running backs, and like you said, Najee had a great game, and Jalen high efficiency. Just use everybody. You don't have to go with one guy and pound him until he can't work anymore.
Also,
you know what I mean?
another guy, I've pounded this on the show, and I've pounded this to my friends too. Anthony McFarland is literally another Jalen Warren, basically.
Yeah.
Again, I bring up this point very consistently. You have a guy that plays running back who was returning kickoffs in college. Like, the dude is so unbelievably talented. I feel bad that he's not getting used in the system, but, like, I mean, we saw him in the preseason. He ripped off a pretty nice 20-yard touchdown against Tampa, I'm pretty sure. He's got so much juice to him, and he really could be used effectively as well. But, yeah, I mean, I didn't write down the stats for them, but Deontay and Pickens both had, like, 4 or 5 catches for, like, 50 yards or something like that.
Oh, Deontay. Oh, yeah. You better take this one because I'm going to say some F-bombs if I continue to talk.
What about him?
Catch the ball. And
Yeah.
Also, I would say Kenny had some throws that were questionable, but the one in the end zone was not one of them. He caught one by his feet. You can't catch one by a numbers. That's a little concerning. But I have a question to you about Anthony McFarland. Would you rather, like, because I've seen a lot of Calvin Austin returning punts, which I like. I like him as a punt returner. I think he's good. But would you like to see more Anthony McFarland?
I would. I would say, if anything else, let Calvin return punts and let Anthony McFarland return kickoffs. And just see which one, you know. Because Anthony McFarland didn't really return punts that much in college. For those of you that don't understand, returning punts and returning kickoffs is a completely different game. Yeah. There's nothing similar about them whatsoever, except for the fact that someone's kicking the ball to you. That's it. So I would say let Calvin Austin keep returning punts, and then let Anthony McFarland return a couple kickoffs every game and see how it goes.
I like that.
So for Deontay, I'm going to... 1 second. Ball. Now, if the ball is fumbled, you want to know what you do?
Oh.
You run for it. The media obliterated Cam Newton for it in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. I mean, thanks. Yeah, you really, that's one of those situations, and like,
I kind of hurt my knees a little bit.
he kind of does do a Chase Claypool sometimes. He doesn't really give a ton of effort on run blocking every once in a while. But those are really only big knacks to his game. He had that problem of running backwards last year. He fixed that. His routes are crisp. His routes are good. His hands are fine. He gets some concentration drops from time to time, especially when the weather's bad. But I would say he's a lot more refined than he was last year, and he's finally starting to earn his money. But yeah, for sure, you gotta give effort on every play, and that's really all there is to it. You just gotta be fully bought in, and I think a large part of that product is the absolutely stagnant, just completely demoralized nature of that locker room while Matt Canada was there, and I think that will change over time. I've seen that happen on my own football team before. People play a lot different when morale's higher. And whenever your morale's low and you don't really care to be out there, I mean, him and someone got in a fight in the locker room, and Minka and TJ ended up breaking it up.
I think it was Minka and Cam and TJ broke it up.
Oh, was it? Yeah, it was. Yeah. So anyway, obviously the locker room wasn't doing well. So I think that'll change over time. Once he gets more bought in, once he feels more confident in the locker room, which should be coming now, especially he's been having a couple pretty solid performances. I think that'll change. So.
As a football player yourself, how much does the momentum going into next week transfer over? Like, is this
It's
game?
ginormous. I mean, you play, Kyler Murray and the Cardinals?
Yep.
And my dad's going to be at that game. Box seats
It's,
too. And I'm not going to be there.
Kyler Murray.
You didn't invite me.
Kyler Murray is one of those very rare quarterbacks where you genuinely cannot recreate it in practice. Nobody has a scout quarterback that can run like Kyler Murray. No one has a scout quarterback that can run like Lamar Jackson. And that's just all there is to it. So this week is huge momentum-wise because you're playing a team that has only won like 1 or 2 games. Yeah, they've won 2. But they're very scrappy. People have been giving Jonathan Gannon a lot of trash because they only have 2 wins. They've only had Kyler Murray for like 3 weeks. The roster is bad, and they still play like they're literally this year's Detroit Lions. Like, they play like they want to win. They just don't have – they quite literally do not have the experience and the pieces to win football games right now. So – this team will not come in and just let you and lay on the ground. Jonathan Gannon's a defensive-minded guy, and we see the difference between him and the garbage pile that is Brandon Staley. One team plays like they want to play football, one team doesn't. The Arizona Cardinals and Jonathan Gannon, he coached that Philly defense last year. They want to punch you in the mouth. They want to make you submit. They want to go out there and say, hey, people are doubting Kenny Pickett. We're going to go out there, we're going to punch him in the mouth, and we're going to see if that doubt is real. So going into this week, you need to make sure that everyone's confident. And they should be. I get the Bengals don't have Joe Burrow anymore, but they're still a very talented football team. Jamar Chase, the ball was just magnetizing to his hands yesterday.
God,
the
yeah,
way
it
the
was like
passes
twice
and
where
everything like that.
Yeah, it was like deflected and then it just.
It was
went right to
deflected by a
Chase.
linebacker the one time, and then KZ jumped another one. KZ's play, if he would have caught that, would have been a fantastic pick. The way he jumped the ball was fantastic. But yeah, the Cardinals are a football team that is not going to submit. They're going to want to go in there, and they're going to want to test you. They're going to test you. They're going to see how you can handle it. And that's the reason the Eagles won so many games last year, is because most people just didn't handle it. They didn't want to. So this is going to be a big toughness week for the Steelers. Not saying it shouldn't be a win. It absolutely should be. They're not a very talented football team, but it's definitely going to test our up here. It's going to test the mental. It's going to test the grit of this team. We're going to see how it does. I have no doubt in the defense, by the way. The defense is gritty. They're going to get up in there, and they're going to be gritty just like anyone else. But we'll see how the offense handles it, handles adversity.
Gotta have grit.
Gotta have grit. Gotta bite some kneecaps off.
Dan Campbell.
So that's our goat. That's our goat, Dan Campbell. By the way, instead of Steelers, I wrote down Stillers.
Stillers.
True Yinzer.
Yeah. But, I mean, I got nothing else on the Steelers. I mean, here's the thing. My last comment on the Steelers is that they actually looked like they were having fun out there.
Yeah.
That's a really good.
Big deal.
Fun.
Playing football that was actually fun to watch as well.
That too.
Well, defensively, you said you had no worries with them. Do you like, I feel like we have a defense that you can bring in another guy. Someone goes down, you can bring in a replacement.
Oh, my God. Elijah Riley looks like a good safety right now. I never even heard of the dude.
Absolutely. I like a little Herbig.
Little,
Rookie, doing pretty good.
He smacked Jake Browning on that one.
I love it.
He's what most, he's what draft scouts call, I get that he plays a lot of off-ball stuff and that he's really good in coverage and stuff like that, but quite frankly, he is what scouts call a twitched-up edge rusher. In terms of the way he plays, he is twitched up, he's fast, again, twitchy is the best word to describe it. He's a freak. He really is. He plays like a freak, and that's the kind of guys you want on your team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for real.
Do I have to talk about what I think I have to talk about now?
I'll run through a couple things.
Please.
And then we'll go to.
Go to the thing.
We'll go to the thing and then rapid fire and then we're done. So real quick.
Oh, I'll blow through the other NFL stuff as well.
Okay. Do you want me to get through the Hawks? It's just one game.
Yeah, go through the Hawks.
So last night they lost to the Celtics, 113 to 103. Jason Tatum scored 34 points. Jaylen Brown scored 21 to get the win. And from what I saw from the first quarter, the Hawks looked like they were having trouble shooting, but Trae Young decided to pick it up a little bit. So their next game is tomorrow, and it's at Cleveland. So there you go. Now, which basketball team do you root for? I probably should ask that beforehand.
All right. I was a bandwagon back in the day, come on. I had to be. You got Splash Bros, so I go Warriors. Now they have, an 8-game losing streak right now?
Tough.
But I'm still rocking with them. You can't call me, can call me bandwagon still, but still.
My first huge season being a Titans fan was the AFC Championship, and they're 3-7 right now, so.
You're still rocking with them?
I'm still rocking with them.
So.
Also, shockingly enough, Jason Tatum still plays good basketball when he's not ejected from the game.
Yeah.
He's on my bench right now. I thought he was injured.
Ooh, that's tough.
I forgot to go play some basketball.
I want to make this clear. I became a Hawks fan because I thought the Hawks were going to get Zion. And they didn't, but they got Trae. So, there we go.
Can't be too mad.
No, can't be too mad. I can run through Pitt if you want me to. It'll be a little quick. It'll be quick. And then I was informed that you are a Pitt fan, so you can chime in. So, basketball, they lost to Florida last week. Florida's Walter Clayton, 28 points. He was physical with Leggett, who, by the way, scored 19 points. But Pitt lost that game 86-71. I don't know how much you pay attention to Pitt hoops, but even if that was a loss, I still think Florida's a good team, and I'm still not changing my stance. I still think Pitt is a tournament team. I don't think they're a national championship team, but I still think Pitt is a tournament team.
They're a Sweet 16 team.
Yeah.
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
Okay.
Somewhere around there.
Listen, they were bringing it back against Xavier last year, and then it just kind of,
Yeah.
it fell apart a little too early, and then they started bringing it back, but it was too late.
I have to switch up my thoughts on March Madness bracket. You guys think Sweet 16? I don't know.
I think Pitt could be a Sweet 16
They can
team.
make it to the Sweet 16.
Okay,
I think
okay.
they can
Listen,
make it.
all I'm going to say is there's going to be at least one Virginia again this year. And there's going to be there's always going to be a Princeton as well, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but their last game, Pitt actually did win 76-51 against Oregon State, which brought the record to 5-1. Zach Austin scored 19 points, while Blake Hinson scored 17 points. Their next game is tomorrow against, I believe, Missouri. I don't know why I didn't write it down, but
Really can't be mad about being 5-1 with your only loss being to UF. Really can't be that mad about that.
I sat through the 8-20 season years ago, so I am not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Trooper.
I've been through it all with Pitt.
You could
Everything.
have just gone somewhere else. Taking your loyalty somewhere else.
I really do think this could be a 20-plus win team in the regular season easily.
For sure.
I think they could be 24 wins or something like that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's all I got on Pitt basketball. Now Pitt football.
The fun one.
Not only is Matt Canada gone, but Frank Signetti is also gone. He was let go.
Can I weigh in on this real quick?
What's up?
I would have been much happier if they just fired Narduzzi and kept Signetti, quite frankly.
How about get rid of both?
Ooh.
But if I had to take one, I would have kept Signetti. But
How come?
I think I know why.
I'm going to say it. I was talking about this morning. You were a college coach. And you admit in a press interview that you can't recruit. This isn't the NFL. You can't just draft guys. And you know Pitt doesn't have a huge NIL sponsorship fund. Like, it's not like they've got Texas A&M or USC or Alabama money. How are you still a head coach of a football team when you admit that you can't recruit and your players are literally quote tweeting negative tweets about you?
Yeah, I think that'll do it for him. I think that'll do it for any coach right there.
Mind-boggling.
You done?
Your best player, Gavin Bartholomew, is going to do an Antonio Brown soon, for the love of God.
Use that as an adjective from now
Oh,
on.
my God.
As he should!
Yeah, well,
I cannot remember the last time Gavin Bartholomew had a great game, and it's not his fault.
The only difference would be Gavin Bartholomew's is actually justified, but
God, he should leave. He should.
he really should.
Gavin Bartholomew
Brock
should
Bowers
leave.
is about to get drafted. He should go to UGA. That's all I'm going to say.
Why not? Why not? You're not going to get drafted when you're with Pitt. You're going to be like a 6th round at best if you stay. So, here's another reason to be mad at Narduzzi. All right. Let's see if I can word this. This is going to be an on-the-fly question. So are you ready? I'm going to see if I can word this correctly. Say you guys scored a touchdown, right?
Okay.
It's 27-19. About 6 to 8 minutes left to go in the game. Are you kicking a field goal or are you going for 2? And you have all your timeouts.
Okay, so it's go for 2 to make it a 10-point game. Make it 29-19.
You're losing.
Oh, you're losing.
Wait, what's the score again?
Going into either the field goal or 2-point conversion, it is 27-19. Did I say 29?
27-19, yeah, you did.
Oh, my bad. I meant 27-19 is the score. So are you kicking a field goal or are you going for 2 with all your timeouts?
Okay, so you're either going to make it 27-21 or 27-20.
Right. With all your timeouts.
I'm probably kicking a field goal.
I'm probably kicking the extra point.
So you want to know what Narduzzi did?
He went for 2.
Wasn't the first thing he did. You want to know the first thing he did?
What?
Called a timeout.
For no reason.
Wasted a timeout.
For no reason. Very aggressive timeout for me. He called a timeout and then went for 2, and he missed the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I don't know why you don't just...
So now you're down a timeout.
I don't know
And
why
they
you don't
lost.
just kick the extra point there.
And they lost. Duke got to 30, by the way. So they lost 30-19. Nate Yarnell was fine. 25 for 35, 265, 2 touchdowns and a pick.
Nate Yarnell season, baby.
Rushing for both teams actually sucked. I'm not gonna lie, so I just didn't write it down. But Bupp Means got the ball 6 times for 85 yards and a touchdown. And
Bupp Means continues to be one of the most underutilized receivers in college football. I mean, the dude's got to be averaging at least 15 yards a catch this season.
yeah, I'd have probably.
Keep going. I'm gonna do some guy math real quick.
We lost to a freshman quarterback again.
You guys played Duke?
Yes.
I say you guys as if I'm not a Pitt fan as well. That's Riley Leonard, isn't it?
Grayson.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking of Kentucky.
Why does Pitt give us high blood pressure?
Well, that's why.
It's Pittsburgh sports. Every game's
got
to be a cardiac
loyalty
game.
in Pittsburgh. I came in. I jumped on the bandwagon with Kenny. I knew that when Kenny went drafted and Addison left too, I knew they're gonna have an off year. Rebuilding almost. I didn't know it was gonna look like this.
This was the worst Pitt football year I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've been a Pitt football fan from what I can remember since probably 2010. Yeah, I'm old. I'm old.
But now, how are you gonna recruit too after a season like this too? Just makes it that much more difficult.
Bupp Means is averaging 17.6 yards per reception this season.
How many targets does he get per game?
Let's see. How many games have they been in this year?
Is it 12?
12?
Maybe 12, 13. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. This is why we're retiring and you're taking the show.
Got you.
Now, here's a good question.
So they're 3-9. So they've been in 12 games. So yeah, he's only getting targeted 3.4 times a game.
Wow.
And he's averaging 17.5 yards a catch. And he also has 6 touchdowns.
That's like a George Pickens. You're wasting him. You're wasting him.
Yeah. Just because I'm curious, and this is another on-the-fly question. If you did take the show, who would be your co-host?
Oh, good question. And none of you guys are going to be around you guys are all leaving?
We're gone.
Oh. Am I allowed to I probably do my roommates, but they don't they don't follow a lot of football. One of them does. Yeah. So am I allowed to do it with people who don't follow a lot of football?
It's your show. It's up to you. We'll be
Oh,
gone.
no. All right. I'm going to have my friend, she knows football, sitting right here, Eden. And then I'm going to have Kendall and Layla, less football watchers, but they're going to be sitting right here.
For emotional support.
That's right. That is right. And Layla knows herself basketball, and Kendall follows football, but I can't count it because she's a Browns fan, and we don't support that.
No.
We don't support that.
A former person that used to work on the show that used to be a Browns fan. It's all right. Everything's good. Everything's good.
The reason
everything's good.
former
Everything's
is
good.
there for a reason.
You used to be a Browns fan?
Hell no.
Who did?
They who shall not be named.
You should not be named. Jay. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, I like how you looked at me if I was going to be. I'm like, no.
I was going to say.
You want me to run through NFL stuff?
It's like I'm a fraud.
I'll run through NFL scores real quick, and then I'll talk about the thing I don't want to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Thanksgiving Day.
I'm going to get a pencil in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
I think I left
Did
it.
you? I thought
so.
it was out here somewhere.
I think so.
Anyway, Thanksgiving Day afternoon game. Packers pulled the 29-22 upset at Detroit. Then 4:30 game. Cowboys annihilated the Commanders 45-10. Deron Bland sent the single season record for the most pick sixes in a season. And then the primetime game. They're all basically primetime games. But the night game, the Niners handled business versus the Seahawks at Seattle, 31-13. DK Metcalf, I hate you. Please score more than 6 points. Then first Black Friday game ever. Tim Boyle threw a pick six on a Hail Mary en route to the Dolphins, annihilating the Jets on the road 34-13.
Put Zach Wilson back in.
Being dubbed the Hail Mary,
Zach
which
Wilson,
I love.
poor guy.
Colts hung on versus the Bucks 27-20. Jonathan Taylor, thank you for making my fantasy game close. Giants won versus the Patriots 10-7. Bill Belichick, isn't it a shame being on the other side of these games now? That's tragic. I really don't care.
It's always Brady.
Titans slid by against the really bad Panthers 17-10. Jags more than likely guaranteed their spot as the division championship or the division champions after winning at Houston 24-21, riding the ship after that embarrassing 37-17 loss earlier in the season. Falcons are first in the division at 5-6 after beating the Saints 24-15 at home. The Rams just obliterated the Cardinals. I didn't realize this. I saw the scores earlier, and I was shocked. 37-14 at Arizona. The Broncos have won their 5th straight football game in a row. At 6-5, they won versus the Browns 29-12.
Love.
PJ Walker threw a couple darts out there. That's my XFL quarterback right there. Eagles held off the Bills in overtime after coming back to win 37-34 at home. The Chiefs roared back after being down 14-0 at Raiders, won 31-17. The Ravens, again, lost me my fantasy football matchup by forcing 4 turnovers and beating Brandon Staley at Brandon Staley 20-10. And then, obviously, tonight, the Bears play at the Vikings, 8:15 Eastern Standard Time, for those of you that definitely aren't watching from a different time zone. So,
Go Josh Dobbs. We love Josh Dobbs.
why didn't we keep him as our backup?
Because, why wouldn't we want Mitchell Trubisky and Mason Rudolph to, I can't, you guys can't bleep everything out on the spot, but I need bleeps. I need all the bleeps because there's so many bad words for those people. They just, I want Dobbs back.
You can tell us the bad words when we go off the air.
Oh, I can tell you the bad word. Okay,
Yeah,
off
you can
the
just
air.
go nuts off the air.
Also, the Browns game, did you guys see how hard DTR got smashed, both, mixed them together? He got hurt so badly. His lip was all bloody, and then they called it a roughing the passer, which because every single thing in this entire world is apparently roughing the passer. You could
Really?
touch him with your pinky, it's roughing the passer. You could say something mean to him. You could tell him to shut up, and you're roughing that passer. But I think it was a clean
You're
hit.
roughing that passer.
I can't stand it anymore. It's so soft. Everything's so soft. Our cornerbacks can't play corner because, God forbid, you touch someone and, oh, no, it's a PI. And literally, our linebackers, we can't have linebackers anymore. Remember when we had like a Mike Mitchell back there and someone would be afraid to catch the ball. Ray Lewis, he'd be afraid to catch the ball in the middle of the field. He's going to get smashed. No more, because now it's targeting. It's unnecessary roughness. This is ridiculous. I can't do it anymore.
Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman, to name a couple others.
It's ridiculous.
Here, is this roughing the passer?
Be careful. Be careful.
He might get hurt
That's right. That's his
in
throwing
a contact
shoulder.
sport.
It's ridiculous.
I am a huge DTR stan, though. So
No, he's cool. He's really
love
cool.
DTR.
Except for when he's doing things to the Steelers. I don't like that. I don't appreciate
He
it.
cried during the bowl game when he lost to Pitt, his last game at UCLA.
He cries a lot, that man. He cried on the Steelers sideline whenever he won.
I wouldn't be surprised when he was crying on the side when he won, that he was like, that his teammates were probably like, oh, it's okay. We know it's your first one. He was like, no, I'm just in a lot of pain.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
God, my face hurts so bad. I got obliterated by TJ Watt. I have to talk about it now, don't I?
Yeah, and I need to take a second to take a break because that was just hilarious.
Oh.
So, you might want to switch. Yeah.
I'm gonna get my notebook.
Ooh.
Not
You
much
might-
to-
I got
Not
it.
much to talk about, but
You might want to go to this one for this. Let's just say.
thank you. I'm not even gonna talk about this for that long. I really don't want to.
Yeah, we're actually kind of short on time. I'm not gonna lie.
Number 2, Ohio State walked into the shoe in front of a sold-out crowd and lost to number 3, Michigan. Makes me sick to say that name. 30-24 was the final. Got a very choice word written at the top of my notes that I'm not going to say on camera.
I'll say it.
No, don't do that.
He said love. He said love.
All
Love.
love.
It's love.
Just like JJ McCarthy's Instagram post.
Oh, not again. Not again. Not my Apple Watch. Okay, I saved it this time, Alex. Sometimes my Apple Watch Siri will just like say something
Oh, yeah.
in the middle of the show. You just
Uh,
go, I'm sorry,
honestly,
I did not catch that. No, I didn't.
Just too many mistakes is the only way to say it. Too many mistakes. McCord went 18 for 30, low efficiency for 271, high volume, and 2 picks. 2 touchdowns on top of it as well. I didn't see the first one. I was not looking, but it set up Michigan really early for an early touchdown. The second one, honestly, was more on the O-line than him. He had a rusher right in his face. He tried to throw a ball over the middle, and it got picked off. Honestly, I don't even know what to say because this was such an unbelievably winnable game. Defense was fine. They allowed less yards than Ohio State had on offense. 338 yards, 182 pass, 156 run. Honestly, the biggest thing, and this is the most infuriating stat to me. Michigan was 3 for 12 on third down and still won. They went 3 for 3 on fourth. They were super aggressive, not shocking. It's just infuriating. One bad mistake early and then another one trying to drive for a game-winning drive. I don't really get throwing it over the middle in that situation with no timeouts. I get it that the clock stops on first downs and it was past the sticks, but still, Michigan dominated the time of possession. Obviously, they ran for 156 yards. They had 33 minutes to 26 for Ohio State. And quite frankly, this was a legacy game for Ryan Day. You win this game, you're 2-2 against Michigan. You're probably still number 2 on the country, unfortunately, because Georgia's just untouchable. And you're even with Michigan in your coaching tenure. Now, you're 1-3 against them. You've lost to them 3 years in a row and have missed the Big Ten championship all 3 of those years because of that one loss. You also lost to Oregon your first year, which is fine. It was C.J. Stroud's first year as a starter, and Oregon's offense, we know now, is incredibly prolific. But this, Ryan Day, was a legacy game for you. And people are already questioning, and have been since the post-game interview, do you have what it takes? Do you have what it takes to coach the Scarlet and Gray?
What does he?
Do you have what it takes to have that block O on your shirt? I don't know. You're 38-0 against unranked teams, which is really impressive. You have an incredible win percentage against top 10 teams and against Big Ten opponents. But you're only 1-3 against the team that really matters. They're always ranked in the top 5 since you got there. And you've only managed to beat them once. And that was Justin Fields last year at Ohio State. And Justin Fields owned Michigan, let's be honest here. But you got to start to wonder. The media wonders, and I'm wondering now, personally as an Ohio State fan, I don't know if you've got it, dude. You can do everything else. You can blow out Rutgers and Maryland every year. You can beat Penn State, which is still really funny. You can beat all those guys. You can beat up on Purdue and Illinois, whoever, Northwestern, it doesn't matter. Bottom line is, there's no 12-team playoff yet. There will be next year, but this game is a lot more than just a 12-team playoff. This game is about the most historic rivalry in college football. And if you can't win that in a league, in an era where going undefeated is basically paramount to making the playoffs, I don't know. I don't know if you've got it. Ohio State's now number 6 in the rankings. I believe the order goes something along the lines of Georgia, Michigan, probably Washington, Florida State, and yeah, so.
Something like that.
Something to that degree. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't think I would be sitting here today questioning my faith in Ryan Day, but
Here we are.
here we are.
I think that's the first time you've ever slammed your notebook.
Been a while.
I've slammed my notebook like 5 times.
If
I
I
want a
haven't,
notebook to slam. But what should it be slammed for?
I was gonna say you can slam mine again for
Bob
the Ohio
Nutting
State
still
game
owns.
if you want.
Bob Nutting still owns the Pirates.
Okay, this one's for Day. And then this one is for Nutting.
Yep.
I missed both the tables on those. Both y'all are messing it up. Ohio State, do better. Pirates, I
We've
don't
been
even
asking
know.
that question for a long time if they can do better.
Mess up your notebooks. Hopefully it just says Day a lot in those, and that says Day right there.
Yeah, not right.
Definitely says Day right there.
That's what
Definitely not F-U. Okay, never mind. All right, rapid fire time. So our rapid fire for the, let me restart that. So our NFL rapid fire is literally just us predicting the games. We do have one rule.
Okay.
We do not pick the Denver Broncos under no circumstance.
The Denver Broncos. But you can't.
You can pick the Broncos. It's us.
You guys.
You can
okay.
pick the Broncos. It's fine.
Is it Russ or is it Sean Payton?
It actually started last year, so neither.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Russ and Hackett mainly.
That's fair.
No. No.
This
We
is
made a
Jared's
deal. We made a pact.
I am proposing
No.
At this point in the season,
No.
I'm making a proposal. This is not on paper. This is not set in stone. We're going to have to discuss this with the committee.
No.
We're going to have a long meeting over this.
Oh, no, no, no.
But I am submitting an appeal to the committee to revoke the policy on never picking the Denver Broncos. It's been a year and a half. Well, more like a year. It's been a year. I think it's time that we submit the appeal to the committee.
It's very mature. Very mature over here.
I'll write it. Don't worry. I know you don't want to write it. You already had to say nice things about the Broncos because
I did, because
you
I
lost
the
me in
bet.
rapid fire.
I
Who would've guessed?
I did. I had to say nice things about the Denver Broncos, and it was painful. I'm just going to forget. You know what? I'm just going to cut that part out. All right. So last week, AJ beat Alex. We currently have a tie right now between Emma and EJ. I beat Landon, and tonight's Monday night game will decide Bryce and Tiger.
Still 8-4.
So, just so we're clear, right now the records, as I talk right now, Tiger is 5-1-5. I am 6-6. Alex currently, I believe, with the math, this would make you the number one seed, or would that make Landon the number one seed?
Yeah.
We'll do the math.
Yeah.
Alex is 8-4. AJ's 5-7. EJ's 4-1-7. Landon is 8-1-3. Bryce is 6-1-4, and Emma is 2-9.
So we do a tiebreaker. Did we just not do a tiebreaker for those ones where the ties are?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just forgot to do them. There's 2 more weeks after this week, so we'll have. If I had to guess with this playoff, it's probably going to be something on the lines of Alex versus either me and Tiger, and then Landon versus most likely Bryce is what I have to guess. So there's that, and here's everybody's picks right here. All right. So, Thursday night, Seahawks and Cowboys. I'm going with the Cowboys.
Me too. Geno has unfortunately regressed this year.
Yes.
I'm going with the Seahawks. I think that Dak is a good quarterback, but I just can't see him winning this game. I'm not a Dak hater, though. Everyone always says bad things. He's not very good in the playoffs, but he's decent regular season.
They're the Yankees of the NFL.
I mean,
Made that comparison many times.
Colts and Titans.
It's at Tennessee too. Oh,
I'm going Colts. I'm feeling confident.
Jonathan Taylor looks
Yep.
good right
Yeah,
now.
he
I gotta
really
go
does.
Colts, too.
I'm doing it. I hate it, but I'm
Oh, don't go against your own team.
I'm doing it. I gotta. I genuinely hate to say it, but the Tennessee Titans are currently the worst team in the AFC South.
Wow.
Statistically, and it's statistically
Statistically,
backed
yeah.
and backed by record.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, God, this is a tough one. Chargers and Patriots.
Chargers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers.
I hate it, but I'm going to go with the Chargers.
Listen, if the Chargers lose this one and Brandon Staley doesn't get fired, I don't know.
Wait, so you guys want Chargers?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My mind just like went blank for
The
a second.
Patriots want Caleb Williams too bad, or a long snapper from an HBCU at number 2 overall.
Free Juju. I want him gone. I want him out of there.
Lions Saints. Even though the Lions lost, I'm
Lions.
still sticking with my man Dan Campbell.
Absolutely.
By the way, did I say who's facing who this week? I don't think I did.
What?
For our rapid fire.
Oh, I don't know if you said the matchups.
Okay, so this week it's EJ versus Alex, Emma versus Landon, Tiger versus AJ, and myself versus Bryce. There you go. All right. Falcons and Jets. Falcons. The Jets are terrible.
Yeah, but Desmond Ritter's also trash, and he's playing the Jets defense.
I
I
can't. I'm not going with the Jets.
NFL?
I'm going with the Falcons. Leave me alone.
Yeah, you know what?
The Jets quarterback situation's too messed up. I think I've got to go Falcons too.
Is it at Jets?
Yeah.
I got to keep my 1 seed. I'm going with the Jets.
Their defense is what holds them, I think.
Cardinals and Steelers. I hope the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going with
Steelers.
the Steelers.
Be there.
My dad will. I'm not.
I'll sit with your dad.
I didn't get
Keep
invited.
him company.
Are you going?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Support James Conner. And obviously my Steelers.
Dolphins, Commanders. Dolphins.
Fins, yeah.
Dolphins. Have you guys checked out the Hard Knocks yet for the Dolphins?
I need to. I
I
haven't
need
yet.
to.
The first episode just came out last Tuesday, right?
Mike McDaniel's so funny.
He's hilarious. He's got drip, too.
For real.
These young coaches are
The
so
off-white
talented,
Air
too.
Force Ones.
I'm going to write down Texans, and I'm assuming you're going Texans because you haven't talked to the committee yet. That's to you, Alex.
Texans, Broncos.
CJ. Your boy CJ. Come on, your boy CJ. Come on.
Yeah, I love CJ.
Hey, Richie, there's something you should probably switch to Alex's camera. You can go switch to switch to his camera. Like you can switch.
He doesn't feel like it.
All right, then I'll do this.
This is a struggle for me. I think this could come back heavily on me if the committee decides against me. I could be facing punishment if the committee decides against me. But I think the Texans are just a little too young, and I think the Broncos defense is a little too hot right now. I am going to pick the
No.
Denver Broncos.
No!
Ooh.
I'm gonna do the Homelander.
Again, if the committee decides against my appeal, if they don't accept it, then this could come back very harshly against me.
I hope Landon beats you.
I could be in so much trouble with the committee if they decide against it, and I broke the rule. But I think with the appeal being submitted to the board, I think this gives me enough leeway to be able to pick the Broncos right now, and I'm doing it. The Broncos defense is by far leading the league in turnovers since their bye. So I'm doing it. It's over. It's not over officially, but it's over.
That is tough, though. That is so tough.
How about this? I'll accept it for this week. However, let's make a deal here. If by some chance the Broncos make the playoffs, it's off. Our thing is off with the Broncos.
I mean, I already said I was going to submit the appeal to the committee, though, and the committee is very serious about appeals being submitted to them. So we're gonna have to see. It's gonna take them at least a week to decide.
Yeah, you're already breaking it here.
They're gonna have to deliberate, but
So you're telling me you could get fined?
yes, if this appeal is not accepted, then I will get.
All right, Broncos, it's already down, so it's right here. Are you going Broncos or Texans? Baylee?
Oh, that's so hard, though. Tank Dell and C.J. Stroud are too great of a combination. And I think that the difference, I love this Broncos win streak. Like, I'm rooting for Russ, don't like the Russ hate. So I was rooting for their win streak. But I cannot see it continuing because I think it was coming mainly off of, like he was saying, turnovers, which I don't see the Texans offense giving up. C.J. Stroud is too smart right now. I think that he's going to play a clean football game. I don't think it's going to be one of his really impressive games, but I think that they're going to limit the turnovers and they're going to put points on the board. And I mean, that's the only, we've seen it time and time again. The Broncos know how to screw up games that they could win.
They do.
And they're going to figure
Noah Brown
this
also
out.
plays a big factor in that, his health and his ability to play. He did not play against the Jaguars on yesterday. So
So you're going Texans?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, absolute. Yes, sir. Shouldn't say absolutely. That's a tough one. Put like 67 cents on that?
to be fair, I love Sean Payton. So that's
No,
the
you
name.
don't.
I do.
No! After what he said about Hackett, which I don't love Hackett
Okay.
either, but that was unnecessary.
I love him as a coach. I don't agree with his. He's not on Fox Sports anymore. You can't just say whatever he wants. But
He was. I also don't like his movie. Have you ever seen his movie with the guy from Mall Cop?
no,
Oh my god, it's actually a really, really bad movie.
that's funny.
But his whole life, not a fan. Not a fan. All right, who's the next matchup?
Panthers Bucks.
Oh, Bucks. Didn't Panthers just got eliminated? First team to get eliminated. Frank
Yeah,
Reich
they're
gone.
1-10. The Panthers have now fired a coach in mid-season 2 years in a row. Frank Reich not even finished with his first season.
Before I forget, Mike got extended with the Argos.
Yes, he did. Shout out to Coach Miller.
Family friend
Aw.
who used to be a coach in the NFL and is a coach from the 2022 Grey Cup champions, Toronto Argonauts.
Hey, we're rooting for him.
Yes. Yes.
Is that XFL?
Canadian Football
Canadian
League?
Football League, yeah.
Got you.
CFL.
Did Martavius Bryant, was he in the CFL?
I think he was,
He was in the
he was in the
XFL too,
XFL.
but did he ever go CFL?
I don't think so.
Shout out Martavius Bryant. Hope you do well with Cowboys, right? Cowboys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope
Yeah.
you do well.
Browns, Rams, Rams.
At Rams.
At Rams.
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 But the Browns' defense is so good. Is Matthew Stafford's healthy, correct?
I believe so.
Okay, then I'm going to go Rams.
49ers, Eagles.
Eagles. I'm still confident that the Eagles are possibly the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Eagles look really good, but I think that they need like a Holt almost, like some slow them down. So
They had the Commanders game last year that broke the undefeated streak, so it's definitely possible. They're 10-1 right now.
all right. Now I feel like I want to go.
And I'm going to be the first to say it. I know a lot of people are probably going to be
Is it
mad
Niners?
about this.
You go Niners?
A lot of people are going to be mad about this, but I'm not all in on the Brock Purdy hype.
I'm not either.
I'm not all in on the Brock Purdy hype.
Do you think that
say
any
it
other
all the
quarterback
time.
could do the same job? I feel like.
Exactly where I was going. I call the Niners the Ohio State of the NFL
That's a really good analogy.
because it's genuinely just unbelievably quarterback friendly. They literally, again, I call myself the Nick Wright of this show, and I fully stand by that. Brock Purdy, when he does not have all the Avengers or is down in the fourth quarter, questionable. So
Could you imagine like a Mahomes with Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle? Like, this is just unfair. Like, that's at that point.
I thought they were, with the way the Vikings were playing to start the season, I thought they were about to trade for Kirk Cousins before he popped his Achilles.
Oh.
Not to mention Kyle Shanahan loves Kirk Cousins.
That would actually be a really good fit.
Kyle Shanahan was their OC in Washington whenever he took over for RG3. So
Do you think that Brock Purdy, like, bring him in, if you brought him into a system, like, let's say instead of Dobbs, Brock Purdy was brought in. Do you think he could run that system as well as Dobbs has been doing?
I don't know. Josh Dobbs is a literal genius.
For some reason, he's been really going off. Limited time to work with the playing stat, like everything.
I couldn't say it for certain, but I did think that if Kirk Cousins would have gotten traded, Brock Purdy would have definitely went to the Vikings in exchange.
Most likely, yeah. All right, Chiefs, Packers. Jordan Love looked really well, or played very well against the Lions, but
The
it's
Chiefs'
the Chiefs.
defense is like really, 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 really good.
It's the Chiefs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Chiefs. And then Bengals, Jags. I can't.
I'm going with the Prince.
Yeah.
Gotta go with the Prince.
Jags.
There you go.
TK will be very happy, Alex.
Do you think it's weird that Trey Lance doesn't have a starting job right now?
I'm
Like, I
not
feel like there
surprised, but
could
it
be
is
somewhere.
weird.
I feel like somewhere.
I was
he could
never
fit
big
in.
on, again, like Brock Purdy, I was never big on Trey Lance whatsoever.
But don't you think somewhere right now, like as a backup, or
As a
not like a
backup?
backup, but I'm saying like a starting backup because of all these guys who are getting injured. Like,
I mean, Minnesota, if Dobbs wasn't there, and maybe if the Panthers decided to let Bryce Young sit for a little bit longer, or Arizona while Kyler was hurt.
Commanders, I would take.
Sam Howell's
Or
leading the
Sam
league
Howell.
in passing yards right now.
Yeah.
You're the Sam Howell guy.
I like him better than Trey Lance.
So
I like Trey Lance's swagger.
before we go, a lot of stuff has been switched around. You read some of the rapid fire,
Yeah.
and then other stuff switched around. So I think, and plus I'm still very salty about the Broncos thing. So I think for this one time, not me,
She gets to do the paper toss.
paper toss, try to hit the camera in the middle.
Yep.
And then, yeah, that's literally it.
You guys remember what position I played in softball? Base runner.
Good night, America.
That's right.
Good night, America.
Had some velocity on it.
There we go.